everyone. I hope you're doing well. It is Friday, November 15th, 2024, the year of new beginnings and the month of establishment. And we are literally in the middle of the month. So I'm here with our Friday Night Live. I know I haven't seen y'all in 2 weeks, and I'm so sorry. I haven't done this live stream in 2 weeks. I was here last week with my classes, but we're back. So you have me for a good long while tonight, and I'm here to answer any questions. I have somewhat of a teaching, but I'm just going to go with the flow and see how y'all are doing, because I really just want to chat, see how everyone's doing tonight. So I'll give y'all a few minutes to log on. And tonight, the topic I am going to cover is established before the fray. So I'm going to give you some pointers tonight on coming into the fullness of your establishment, whether it's spirit, soul, or body, or all of the above. By the way, as you can see, I finally was able to message y'all in the chat, but I can only do this before I start my live stream, I've noticed. So, but yeah, feel free to share anything this evening, and visit my description for information, classes, and other goodies that I have for y'all. So let's see. So it is the month of establishment, and we are literally halfway through. As I shared earlier, I think it was last week on the 7th is when I shared the word on establishment. So if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to watch that one. It's kind of an overview of basically the last 3 years for me. I've been sharing on how November is a month of establishment. I'm not sure exactly why. I just feel like it's just been personal for me. Hola, bienvenidos. Barcelona. Así se dice, ¿no? Barcelona. Yo hablo español, pero es español mexicano. ¿Cómo estás? Hi, welcome. Good to see you. So yeah, the month of establishment, and I'd like to know how y'all are doing tonight. Muchas gracias. Gracias. Muy amable con sus palabras. Gracias. The month of establishment. So, how has your month gone? Remember, the Lord is establishing us even if we cannot see it. And this is actually one of the most important things to remember, is even in the natural, if you can't see it, you are still being established in some form or fashion. So please, please, please remember. Wow, good to see everybody. How is your evening going, or day if you're on the other side of the world? Sí, estoy casada. No tengo novio, estoy casada. Okay, so yes, you guys share anything you'd like tonight. I'm doing a Q&A like I always do on Fridays. But I'm also going to just teach a little bit and just chat, see how everybody's doing. So what I'm going to teach you tonight is a couple, actually 3 kind of main areas when it comes to getting yourself established for this time we're in. And I'm going to separate this by 3 words, okay? Protect, because you must protect what's yours. This is part of the basics of being, you know, an adult. You must learn how to protect what is yours and take care of it. Because what God gives us is gifts, and we need to learn how to take care of it and take care of them. Oh, that's awesome. You don't have school tomorrow. Where do you go to school, Monchi? Yeah, tomorrow is Saturday, so it's the weekend. Thank you. Y'all are so kind. I appreciate all the kind compliments. Okay, so number 1, protect. Number 2, preserve. And number 3 is posture. And I'm going to break all of this down. But in this order, I must protect what is mine. I must preserve what is mine, and I must posture myself in preparation. Okay, because again, this is in the context of being established before the fray. And actually, we're already in the fray, but as things continue. Oh, awesome. And where is that? What part of the world are you in? So protecting yourself in as you are being established. So let's break this down. What is establishment? Establishment is a place of rest. It's a place, New Jersey, awesome. Is it cold in New Jersey right now? I'm kind of in the north too at the moment. It's kind of chilly. It's not as cold yet, but it's pretty cold. Establishment. So this is essentially coming into a place. This is how I want to share this because it's important to connect the two. Coming into a place of rest in my life. Okay. So again, it can be spiritual rest. That means I am spiritually centered in the life source of my spirit. Mentally established, meaning my mind is sound. And if it's not, then I need to figure out what's going on. Why am I not mentally sound? What is going on in my life? Or most often, what is going on within myself that I'm still not dealing with that is just plaguing me at all times? So yeah, mentally sound, spiritually anchored. This is how I like to word it. And emotionally stable. And then for physical, which our physical body and our physical self, secure. Okay, so this is how I know my establishment, okay? Now, it's also important to remember that a lot of us are in transit. We're in transition. We're moving from where God had us to where God's taking us. So this is a process. This is a journey, and it's important that we're patient with that. But what I'm going to teach tonight is really more about taking care of you. Taking care of the you that is the you that is, you know, the inner being and the physical being, because this is important so that you're ready for out here. Hello again, Arturo. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Blessings your way as well. Okay, so protect. Number 1, protect. Look for areas in your life that are needing your presence. Okay, this is interesting, and maybe for some of you it's hard to imagine, but it's very possible to actually be disconnected from yourself, even in yourself, in your present self. Okay, so if you're in a space where you're feeling like, I don't really feel myself, I don't feel like I'm connected to who I am, I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. Now, some of it could be circumstantial. Maybe you're in a season where just everything's in flux and you're having a hard time collecting yourself because everything else is just crazy. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. By the way, if I do, y'all, I will come back and answer, so don't worry if I miss anything y'all say or any questions or anything like that. So in order for me to protect self, I must be in at least the beginning of the inner healing journey. I need to be in touch with myself so that I can take care of myself. So if you're not on this journey, I encourage you to begin it, because we all are a work in progress, and it's very important for all of us to continually maintain ourselves. Okay. Those of you that are new, my name is Ruby, and I do one-to-one sessions. Let's see, I help y'all process trauma, pain. I help you understand the soul, the inner being, the connection to spirit, soul, and body, and really just anything that you're going through that you feel like, you know what, this is too much, I need to talk to somebody. I'm available actually Monday through Sunday. I'm available every day. So all you need to do is go to my description and book a session with me, or you can reach me at shesrestored@gmail.com. But yes, it's important for us to look for areas in our life that are needing our presence. Okay? So I must protect my mind. I must protect my heart. I must protect my spirit. And I must protect my body. This is very, very important, because the crazier things get out here, and if we're not centered, the harder it is going to be for us to handle what's going on out here. Especially if you are someone who wrestles with already pre-existing anxiety, or just, you know, feeling unsettled mentally, or whatever it could be, mental illness, things like that. It's very important that you are constantly, in essence, tending to your garden. Okay, the garden of your mind, the garden of your heart, and the garden of your spirit, and the garden of your body. This is all very important. Protect. Number 2, preserve. I like to say that you are the gatekeeper of your mind and your heart. In other words, I decide who I let in, what I let in, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Okay? Now, unfortunately, some of us learned this too late, and as a result, we have a lot of pain that we have to uproot and release so we can come back to our centeredness. And again, I teach this all the time, and you can see some of my other videos for the in-depth of this. But what I want to highlight here is to know your energy, your essence, and your existence. And I have a video on this completely dedicated to this topic. But essentially your spirit, soul, and body. It's important that I know who I am. And it's also important that I know who I'm not. That I'm in a space of preserving, first of all, preserving who I am, and protecting against who I'm not. So this, you know, this is where we get into discerning our circle, which I've talked about this and probably in the same video, but other videos as well. Understanding that just because it's coming at me doesn't mean I have to receive it, whether it's something that someone's speaking or, you know, an environment. I don't have to be a victim to my circumstance. I don't have to be a victim to people coming against me with negative energy or negative spirits. You know, one of the words that is used is energy vampires, okay? And of course, we're going to be respectful, but there is such a thing as, you know, people that really just want to come against you and they want to take your life force. Then we get into the spiritual warfare of all of that, because there's a spiritual warfare that we're in, and there are spiritual entities and things that are attached to people. And again, we don't wrestle against people or flesh and blood. We wrestle against the spirit that they're operating under. So this is important to remember, but it's also important to remember that there is all of this coming at us at all times, and we have the power and the position to discern and to protect and preserve our energy, which is basically, you know, our soul realm. What are you giving your energy to? This is very, very important. I actually want to camp here for a long time. But when you realize that your power is in your energy, it's in your essence, it's in your existence, which is the whole self, and that you don't need to not only not give it away, but you don't need to be a victim of others trying to steal it from you. Your whole life changes. You come back to this basic understanding of your worth and your value as a person, because it's God-given. It's not contingent on people's opinions about you. It's not contingent on, your quote-unquote success in life. This is all just supernatural and naturally given to us. So yeah, coming to this understanding of, not only do I know who I am, but I know who I'm not, because I've learned some things or I've healed from some things. And preserving that self, because again, we've entered, and we've been entering for a while, but as things continue to get more crazy, it's so vital that we keep a good watch on self. And then posture is the last one. And again, don't hesitate to ask any questions, y'all, if y'all want to ask me anything on what I'm teaching or just anything in general. Posture. So posture is what it sounds like. It's where I am. Okay, so where am I? Obviously, physically, this is important because, as I've shared for a long time, God is moving us where He wants us. Hi, welcome. Good to see you. And the more submitted we are to His will for our life, the easier it's going to be to hear how He's leading. And yes, this is important, actually. Where you are physically is important. But I have to be also yielded spiritually to where I need to be in my spirit, and yielded in my soul realm, so that I can be present in my physical self to be ready to go. I know this makes sense, and I hope this makes sense. So again, this is why this is so vital. If you're, a mental wreck or an emotional wreck or spiritually misaligned, it's going to be very hard for you to grasp where I need to be physically, because my physical body follows suit of my soul realm, and my soul realm follows suit of my spiritual self. So, but yeah, posture, where are you right now? So that you can be prepared. This is for some of you, but some of you already know where God is leading you. And some of you don't know where God is leading you, but you know He's going to lead you somewhere. And some of you don't even know what the heck I'm talking about, and that's okay. But this is important because, again, we are in the month of establishment. And as I shared, I think I'm not sure if it was the last video or the first actual video that I shared on establishment, but it's also important to discern where am I in terms of my spiritual walk, because that will give me clues as to where God is leading me. Okay, so in your establishment for you this month, it might just be spiritually. You might actually have a spiritual awakening, and you're connecting with your spiritual being, and you're connecting with God, and so your whole life is about to change because you're going to be spiritually awake. And it is the most beautiful, glorious thing ever, actually, because it's supernatural. Because really, God is always trying to illuminate Himself to us. It's really a matter of, am I ready to see Him? Am I ready to see and hear and listen and be in His presence? But if this is you, I'm very excited for you, because your whole life is about to change, and the way you see life changes when you become spiritually awakened. And that is happening actually for a lot of you that are coming to this specific live stream. So I'm very excited for you. And I'd love to hear testimonies if anybody wants to share. But yeah, so once you're spiritually awakened, then yeah, you start to think differently. You start to see life differently. You start to see yourself differently. It's like God gives you this what is it? It's like he gives you the desires that you've always wanted, but you didn't know how to access them. It's almost like what you thought you wanted before is not the same anymore, because now you see real life. Now you see what it is, real love, what is real joy. It's beautiful and it's glorious. But yeah, so maybe you've already been spiritually awakened, but now, you know, you're just starting to see things differently. Maybe now you don't want to go to the clubs or the bars on Friday nights anymore. You're starting to feel like, you know what, maybe this is not good for me. Maybe I don't want to do this anymore. So you start thinking about things differently, and you start feeling things differently. And it's wonderful. So where is your establishment this month? Is it spiritually, in your soul realm, or physically? So yes, any questions? Let me see. Oh, sí, me preguntaste. I'm in Iowa. Ahorita estoy en Iowa. And but it's good to see y'all. I hope y'all are doing well. What else? I think that's really it. I just wanted to encourage y'all to remember that amazing things are happening, even if they're happening quietly in the spirit realm where you can't see. And you will see the fruit of this. Hopefully before the end of the month, you will have some kind of epiphany of change in your life for the better and moving into this established place. One of the things I want to highlight that's very important is to remember that establishment brings you into rest. Listen, I'm going to share this because this is live testimony. And this is important to remember, because some of you have been on this track, some of you are actually here now, and some of you will come into this space. But there is nothing more frustrating, stressful, sometimes scary than being in a place of unrest. Not knowing, you know, a place of constant stress and anxiety, not knowing what's going to happen to me from here to there, from today to tomorrow. This is why this is so vital that we understand that God is moving us into establishment. He's moving us into a place of rest so that we can rest. Because, again, what's coming is great. It's for some of us, what's coming is too great for us to handle, and for some of us, what's coming is too great for us to handle. And you must discern for you where you are, what that is. I've already shared about the divine reversal that's happening. So in other words, this divine reversal speaks to my life has been one way, and all of a sudden it's going to be completely opposite. So discern for yourself what that looks like for you and what that means. However, this establishment is bringing rest. Rest. And rest is where we find peace. The peace that surpasses understanding. The peace that is greater than my circumstances. The peace that is, you know, stronger than my lack and my frustrations. Okay, so this is really, really actually exciting and encouraging that we remember that rest is here because establishment is here. Okay, anybody have any questions? I wanted to share this because This is very vital, and especially because of this month that we're in. Before I get into all the dark, gloom, doom, apocalyptic teachings, which are going to be hard to absorb, but I think some of y'all are ready and some of y'all are about to get ready. So Mondays I have my Mind Heart Mondays. This is where I teach on the soul realm. So if y'all are interested in that, I will see you all on Monday. If I decide to come back on this weekend, I might. I don't have anything planned, but you never know. I've been debating about soul strengthening sessions because that's something that I really have always shared on my channel. And it's just that recently, as I'm kind of shifting into, you know, getting my teachings back up, I wanted to give myself some time and space to kind of decide how I'm going to do soul strengthening sessions. But I'm feeling, lately, I've been feeling more like I'm going to bring them back to y'all on Tuesdays. And I might do them live because I do have a lot of teachings that I don't want any of y'all to miss, especially with my recovery series. I have about 2, 3, 4. I have 5 that I want to be sharing, hopefully before winter gets here. And I don't want y'all to miss that. So if you feel like you can meet me in my classroom on Tuesdays, that is where I'm teaching the bulk of this. And if I'm able to on Tuesdays, then I will teach you here live. But yeah, that's all I have for y'all tonight. Hope you have a great weekend. And what else? I feel like there's something else I want to share. Oh yes, my Reflect, Release, Restore workshop. A lot of you missed it, but I'm going to bring it back probably before winter. I think I'm going to do a second one to give you all a chance. And this is a workshop you don't want to miss because this is really the bulk of understanding the inner healing journey. And I feel like this workshop, if you took it, would set you up to actually begin to do this yourself. Because that's how I wrote it. I wrote it so that you can be equipped and empowered to begin your own inner healing journey. Especially if you're somebody who doesn't like to share too much about yourself. So yeah, I'll post that probably on my Instagram to kind of let y'all know. So if you're not following me there, go find me on Instagram at shesrestored. And yeah, hope y'all are doing well. Thank you for all the kind compliments. I'm glad everyone's well tonight, and I will see you guys Monday for sure, but you never know. I might hop back on here this weekend, or share some words or something. I'm not sure, because I actually have been writing a lot, especially with song messages, and I don't want to get too into it yet, but it has to do with, you know, what's coming. So I might get back on here. I don't know. Anyways, hope y'all are doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.